Welcome to Talking About My Car from Moondog Motors. This is where we talk about your car. This is where you tell us stories. This is where we hear what you got to say about your car. Coming at you right now. It's a 74 Torino. Torino Cobra. Okay, so I'm here with the owner of this Torino Cobra Twister. He's going to tell us all about it.
It's a 1970 Torino Cobra Twister Special. Ford put together 90 of these back in November of 1969, along with 96 Mustang Mach 1, 428s, and 351 Twister Specials. And Ford also invited all of their top drivers and all their top salesmen to come out there and kind of party and play with these cars for a couple of weeks. During that time, they destroyed about 12% of cars that they had out there.
Destroyed, like crashed them?
They wrecked them, they ran into the walls, they blew the engines up, a lot of other things that happened to them.
Must be fun when it's not your car, right?
I think so. And after the 2 weeks were over, the dealers got to choose 2 cars to take back to their dealerships and sell. But most of the cars stayed there in Kansas City and were sold at 2 dealerships locally there in Kansas City. I found this car, actually this car kind of found me. About 16 years ago, I had a couple of guys come up from North Carolina to build me a little shed to put my 36 coupe in. And they saw my red, I've got a red 70 Cobra, it's not a Twister Special, it's just a red Cobra, sitting in my garage. And the guy said, I know where a car is for sale just like this, only it's a different color. So, making a long story short, I gave him my phone number, and a couple weeks later, this little old lady from North Carolina with the most beautiful southern accent I've ever heard called me and started telling me about the car. Well, obviously I was into Torinos at the time and had been into these cars for over 40 years. So I jumped in the truck, took the trailer foot, went down to Enos, North Carolina, and met the lady. And I ended up not buying the car because a lot of the parts were missing off of it. I got in the truck and started back up towards Virginia. I was into the trip about 2 hours, and she called me and she said, all the parts are at my brother's house. So 2 weeks later, I jumped in the truck, went down, picked up the car, brought it back to the house, and I started looking at the VIN. And the VIN number falls between the numbers where Ford made these Twister Specials. I got on the phone and I found the Twister registry, who was Terry Fritz at the time, and I told him that I think I'd found a Twister. And in the meantime, I sent off and got a Marty report from Marty, and he confirmed that it was a Twister Special, one of 20 made that had the 429 Cobra jets with the C6 automatic.
And this is one of the 20?
This is one of the 20. And when I bought it, the C6 had been removed, and obviously the original engine had been removed. So it had a 4-speed in it, and now it's got a built 429 in it with a 4-speed. And I put it back as original as I could with everything except for the engine and transmission. And now, in talking with the Twister register now, I don't remember his name, but out of these 90 that were built, only 29 of them are known to exist. And just recently in January, Larry Carroll, who was a big Ford collector, he had 22 or 32 cars that he took down to Beacom and Kissimmee, and he sold one of these Twisters for hammer drop $220,000. And he also had a 1985 Mustang GT, which is a Twister Special 2 and a Mustang GT that was a 15-year commemorative to these cars that sold for 40 grand. Well, I've got also one of the Mustang Twister 2 Specials, and I've got this car. And when that auction was going on, my phone and my Facebook and my Messenger and everything was blowing up. Everybody was calling me and saying, hey, you've got $250,000 worth of cars sitting out there in your garage. And I said, for $250,000, they can sit in your garage. So
Okay.
I've had this car for 16 years, and it took me 13 years to put it on the road back like it is right now.
And so what would you value the car at today?
I've got it insured for $160,000.
$160,000.
Yes.